Hey, today is June 6th. Welcome on into Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com, presented by Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Royal Banks of Missouri. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey. Rammer, I imagine it has happened before because I know you used to do radio shows that were 4 hours long. But have you ever done a radio show inside of or in the time that it took for a baseball game, a Cardinal baseball game, to start and finish like you did today?
No, the outcome was bad, but the pace was good. It's like the golf thing. If you're going to be bad, at least be fast.
Yeah, that's I would agree with that. I was neither fast nor good, so that's why I don't golf anymore. Less than 200 pitches thrown in the game today by all three pitchers that we saw. 94 by McClanahan of the Rays. You had 17 thrown by Jason Adam of the closer, and then 85 thrown by Miles Michaelis, a grand total of 196 pitches in the game. That's just it's what we saw today was unheard of.
What was very exciting going into this series, we felt like the Cardinals' offense was fixed. It would and going to get better with O'Neill and Carlson coming back. Instead, the offense laid a big egg and wasted two great pitching performances, one from Hudson and one from Michaelis. That's how baseball goes, I know, but as hard as pitching is to come by, in particular with the Cardinals, when you're not, you only got really three regular starters at the moment, and two of them really deliver for you and you don't win, that's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, I look at this series. I look at this series and you see everything that happened, and I don't worry about the team at all. I'm not upset. I mean, I said it after the game on Tuesday that it was a weird feeling after a loss because Arenado just made that great play, and I think everybody was still on a high from that by the time the game was over. And it was kind of like, they ended up losing that game. That's okay. And then I just feel like overall in this series, like you had a great pitching performance by Hudson, like you mentioned. You had Michaelis today. Tyler O'Neill came back and played two pretty good games offensively out there. I just kind of look at this as, okay, you know what? You go and sweep the Reds and the Pirates next week, and all will be better. I think maybe looking ahead and seeing who's coming up on the schedule makes it easy to not care so much about what just happened down in Tampa.
Yeah, I do, because the problems were made by the front office and not having enough pitching. And if the Cardinals think they can wait till late July to fix pitching and think they're going to get on a 17-game winning streak in September and get into the playoffs again, they are sorely mistaken. And it's still too early to say they're waiting too long, but I don't like the signs.
You see, I don't think they're playing to a point where that 17-game winning streak is going to be necessary. So that's why I think maybe my confidence in the team is a little higher, because I don't think that's what it's going to take. I kind of look at everything, and I know we're doing this post game after the sweep, but I kind of look back to last night where they lost and Yadi pitched again in that game. I just think that there are so many veterans in that locker room right now, and I think there are so many people on that team that want the same thing, that right now they're just having fun. They're going out there, they're playing baseball.
Well, there aren't enough people that want to throw strikes, that's for sure.
And you know what? And Ali Marmol was frustrated about that. And we saw the same thing last year out of Mike Schilt when he got frustrated with the bullpen, begging for help from somewhere. And
that's what I'm saying.
You know what? Hey, that led to the Cardinals going out and getting John Lester, getting Jay Happ, getting Luis Garcia, getting TJ McFarland, and also who was the other guy that they got that pitched only a couple games from Baltimore, and then Wade LeBlanc.
Oh yeah, LeBlanc.
Yeah, he went out and he got other guys that were willing to throw strikes and willing to get outs. And you saw
my point. We all know the history. My point is, late July will be too late, in my opinion. You don't think it will be? I do.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it plays out. if it's not too late, it's only because the Reds, Pirates, and Cubs suck.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I look at it. And plus, there's that extra playoff spot. Though the Phillies just won 6 straight, the Braves just won 7 straight. They both got hot. They're still on the outside looking in of those 3 wild card spots. But at some point, the Cardinals need to go on one of those runs too and win 5, 6 straight and jump ahead with that. I just think that when you look at the leadership on the team of Albert and Yachty and Wainwright and Goldschmidt and Arenado, I just think you see all of those guys that are like, listen here, you know what, the shit that happened last year, we're not going to stand for it. We're going out there and we're going to win as many games as we can and be in a position to where, we can maybe coast a little bit through September, or at least that last week, and we're in the playoffs and set.
Yeah, I think that's a bad plan, but we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, I guess I trust. Yeah,
disagree on that one.
Yeah, I just we'll see. I mean, that's my trust right now in the senior leadership of the team. That's where that's where things kind of stand right now.
To me, it sounds like you're running an NBA team. Let's coast through the regular season. Everybody gets into the playoffs.
And you know what? Baseball, six teams from each side. I mean, it's a lot of teams make the playoffs now in Major League Baseball. So we'll see how that all plays out. Hey, do want to let you know this weekend, though, they are playing the Reds. Lots of great giveaways this weekend, including tomorrow night, June 10th. The Cardinals host the Reds, and that night, 25,000 fans ages 16 and older will take home a Nolan Arenado jersey, courtesy of Scott Credit Union. You can get your tickets today at cardinals.com/promotions. That's cardinal.com/promotions. Lots of giveaways this weekend. I believe it's the Molina and Wainwright ring giveaway on Saturday, and then the Nolan Arenado kids jersey on Sunday. The nickname, the red jersey with the nickname on the back for the kids on Sunday. So go to cardinals.com/promotions. Rammer, you know the saying of you go to the ballpark every day and you never know when you're going to see something different.
Right.
We saw that today in the 6th inning of this game. And when we're done with here, I'm going to jump on a call with Joe West to talk about the 5460 podcast. He umpired over 5,500 games in his career. I would love to know if he ever saw a single 1U tag. I would love to know if he ever saw a play like we did today. If you're not sure what we're familiar with, what we're talking about in the 6th inning today, Kevin Kiermaier hit a ground ball up the first base line, which Michaelis kind of ran over, booted a bit, didn't let Goldschmidt take the play as he probably should have. And in trying to avoid Michaelis, Kiermaier hit first base and rounded towards second. And then Michaelis picked up the ball and tagged him out because Kiermaier had already committed to second base. So Kiermaier touched first, therefore got a single, but then was tagged out by Michaelis. I don't think that's ever been done in the history of baseball.
Well, I don't know. I've never seen it quite like that. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's the case there. So
I'm sure somebody like Roberto Clemente has thrown a guy out making too big of a turn, but that's different because that's intentional. Kiermaier was trying not to run into people and just had some bad luck. Good luck for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I don't know how you avoid that. He was too fast. I don't think Yachty is ever going to run into that kind of play,
Probably
that kind of issue over at first base. All right, so you're done with the Rays. They're over with. The team will get back, probably an hour and a half earlier than they expected to. And then you have the Cincinnati and the Pirates coming up these next few days, and we will preview that series against the Reds coming up tomorrow afternoon. Rammer, you already know it's coming. I'm calling for a 7-game winning streak. On the away.
The Reds are hitting a little better, and so that'll be interesting to see if that carries through. The Cardinals have not been hitting. We expect to see Dylan Carlson back. We'll know more about that tomorrow, and certainly there will be variables and vagaries with lineups, getting guys off the bench and matchups and that sort of thing. But I'd like to see and get an idea of at least what Ollie thinks his regular lineup is, because I know what I think mine is. So we'll see what he thinks his is going into tomorrow when we get the starting lineup versus the Reds for Friday night.
Yeah, which I think there is going to be a set lefty lineup and a set righty lineup. I think when you add Carlson back into that, I think it's real easy to set the two of them, and I don't think you need. And we'll see. I don't think you need to have Brendan Donovan playing batting ninth and playing right field anymore when you face a lefty. I
think he needs to play second base every day, though.
I'd like to. I imagine Newt Bar gets sent down tomorrow. I imagine that's the counter move to Carlson.
Probably.
I wonder what the team thinks of Sosa and how they evaluate Sosa moving forward.
That is the big question. Even against left-handed pitching, though, who do you have more confidence in a given at bat, Donovan or Sosa?
And that's where what it comes down to is how much more playing time does Sosa get once you add in all of this.
And then the other thing to keep an eye on, Dickerson coming back, and does he get DFA'd? And or if you've got Gorman and Pujols DHing, does Yepes need to go to Memphis to play every day, or are you comfortable with him on the bench? So there are some things that the Cardinals will have to figure out, but usually injuries help lay it out for the Cardinals.
Yeah, things always seem to have a way to work them.
There'll be an impingement somewhere.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe that'll happen with some of the arms, as you saw guys not getting the job done yesterday in the loss. And then with, as we mentioned earlier in the show, Marmol begging for help. I think at some point, I think that there will be another big shakeup with the pitching staff of the Cardinals, like we saw happen last year. As you mentioned, late July. I think maybe the team goes a lot earlier than that this year, but we will find out, and we'll talk about it tomorrow after that press release inevitably comes out a couple hours before game time, with all of the details on that, before a 3-game series against the Reds and a 3-day 4-game series against the Pirates. Remember, there's that doubleheader in there due to the earlier rainout this season. That'll do it for us here on another edition of Daily Cards Live, brought to you each and every day by Munganast St. Louis Acura and Rammer Royal Banks.
Royal Banks, for better service means better banking. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
He's Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. We will talk to you tomorrow afternoon, preview the weekend series against the Cincinnati Reds right here on Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com.
At St. Louis Acura, new inventory is arriving daily, both new and pre-owned. Our buying team adds a higher level of personalized service that others can't match. We sell over 100 pre-owned vehicles monthly, and many of these are matched by our buying teams in Missouri and Illinois. As new Acura production ramps up, be one of the lucky ones to try the newest Type S models now available. Performance has never been so stylish and comfortable. St. Louis Acura remains committed to becoming better than ever for you.